Hi, it's another video from the mystery box of multimeters from the bunker, and this one's really interesting. It's the ITT Instruments Metrix MX44. Now, I used to lust after these Metrix meters when I was a kid. You know, you look through the magazines, you see the ads for this amazing looking, this is not the most amazing looking one, but they had like a 50 series as well that had no less than 10 buttons up here. But I think the late 80s, probably early 90s, where these stem from. If you know the exact date, well, we're going to do a teardown. But I lusted after this thing. It seemed like it was the most feature-packed meter on the market, and it was like IP66 waterproof or water resistant, and it had this patented SecureX interface here where you couldn't physically open the thing if the test leads were plugged in. So this was like a safety thing. So thanks to whoever sent this into the mailbag, I have not torn it down yet. I just opened it to put in a new battery to make sure it works, and sure enough, it does actually work. It's actually fully operational, and it's a little bit out of spec. This one's only 4,000 count, hence the 40. I think the 50 series, that was either 5,000 count or 50,000 count meter. Please correct me in the comments. I'm going all by a memory here. And this one, yeah, not particularly accurate. So 4,000 count meter with 0.2% accuracy or something like that. If I can find the specs, I'll put them up here. But I had a fast responding bar graph on it. Let's actually try that, shall we? Whoa, yeah, like, you know, it was 20 times a second or whatever. And it also had in memory mode. Yeah, it continues to update the bar graph after you've frozen the screen like this. And it had like bar graph center zero modes, and it had a bar graph zoom expand mode. This particular model doesn't have it, but you know, it had all sorts of fancy stuff in it at the time, which was all pretty advanced. And yeah, the fact that it was waterproof and rugged, and they touted that it met all the new standards and things like this. Now, Metrix is still around. You can still buy Metrix multimeters. They're from a brand of the French company Chauvin Unur, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I don't believe that they sell this particular form factor anymore. So I'm not sure how ITT Instruments go into it, because MX40, the Metrix, if you look at the old manuals for these things, they're from France. So whereas ITT is an American company, so I'm not sure of the history there. So if you do know the exact history of all of that, please leave it in the comments down below. Like, there's no made in France on here, so I don't know if I presume that they were made in France, but I'm not exactly sure. Leave it in the comments if you know. Anyway, one of the most interesting things about this is that it's a multimeter without screws. Where's the battery compartment? No, trust me, take off those feet. There's no screws under the feet. And this one's missing its tilt-in bail. So I don't think the tilt-in bail was big. It probably only went up like a small amount. Where's Wally? Where's the screws? How do you get access to them? Well, it's to do with, as I said, this SecureX thing. So what you do is this actually snaps off like this, okay? And this actually prevents you getting access inside and replacing the batteries and fuses with the leads plugged in. Because obviously if this is on and you've plugged the leads in, you can't get this off. And if you can't get this off, this actual front panel here is the thing that lifts off and you get access to the battery compartment. So isn't that groovy? I mean, after all these years, right? It still clips on just fine, so all the plastics are really top quality and everything else. And there's your interface, and this you actually take off here, and this whole front cover lifts off. So let's give it a go. There you go. It is actually a bit hard. I can't do it with my plastic spudger. So this one's a little bit stiff, but check it out. Ta-da! There we go. So we've got access to our waterproof battery and fuse compartment. Isn't that the duck's guts? Look at that. I mean, HRC fuses, of course, and I love the clip holders in there. So we've got the big jobby in there for the 10 amps, of course, only the smaller M203 in there for the, but that is a HRC, and you can get in there, and there's no room for spare fuses in there, unfortunately. And I love the battery holder in here. Like, it just it's just all very nice indeed. But where's the screws? I've taken one of the feet off and there's no screw under there. And my white balance is way off here, by the way. This is actually orange. It looks yellow, or at least on my screen here. It's not really fluke yellow. Or maybe it's changed color. I don't know. For those, because that is a little bit different to this. So I'd say that's more the original color in there. There we go. It looks like we can get that off. These are really tight. I can't use a plastic spudger for this. Ta-da! And look at this. Waterproofing. Again, beautiful. Bobby Dazzler. Wow, look at that. There's 2 screw holes, but there ain't any screws in the top. Not feeling anything under there. Yeah, see? There's nothing under the foot there. That just clips in there like that. So I presume it's all clip around here, because Metex seem to have like the clip thing really down pat. So it's probably no surprise that the case is also clipped, because you should never have to open the case, of course. I don't know if it's electronic calibration or whether it's trimmers in there, but they sold these for like decades. You could buy these Metrix meters, and there's lots of different models. They were sold under different brand names. Robin, I think, was one of them, and other various brand names. So they'd actually they'd OEM them. Lots of different models with different range configurations and stuff like that. But the same async advanced safety concept and SecureX interface was around for a long time. If you know the exact dates, please leave it in the comments down below. But yeah, I just absolutely lusted after this. I thought this was the dark sky. Like waterproof, you can get the MX44EX, which was the intrinsically safe version of it as well, and they would have sold very well into the industrial and mining markets and stuff like that. This particular one is from Transfield, which is like the railways here in Australia. I think it's the railways here in Australia. So yeah, this would have been used out in the field. Just by the looks of it, it's grubby. Yeah, okay, so there's something happening there. Unfortunately, the plastic spudger doesn't really do it. I think I'm gonna have to get Medieval on its ass and really get metal spudger, screwdriver, knife in there, and I'll get back to you. You probably don't want to see this on camera. It's traumatic. Oh, there we go. We got it. Yeah. Okay, so you had to know where the big where the big clip was. It's up the top there. All right. I didn't do any damage, so it was clipped together as suspected. Yeah, the plastic spudger was never going to do that. Here we go. Oh, and we got seal again. Look at this. Oh, beautiful. So yeah, they were serious about waterproofing this thing. The knob will have something, probably have something on the front as well, but quite a bit of through-hole stuff in here. And I'm liking the interface here. So they're not shake-proof washers. So I presume they've got some Loctite on those, but they look pretty beefy. Yeah, straight onto the PCB though, and it looks like there's your buzzer. So range switches probably held in with those 4 there. It should just pop out. This could be the LCD screw. I don't think that's holding, could be holding down the board. I think maybe these 2 here. Yeah, they look like they go into the plastic case. Yeah, that's lifting out. I'm pretty sure that's for the range switch. I may actually have to take out the connectors, I think. Whoa, yeah, they were tight as a nun's nasty. Wow. But no Loctite. Oh, wow, I'm really struggling to get this small diameter screwdriver is really not. Oh, yeah, they are tight. Yep, I can feel it coming. That's what she said. Let's go. There we go. Come on, you can do it. So it's interesting that the jacks they're integrated to the case. I'm pretty sure I don't have to get those out. I'm pretty sure they're holding the range switch mechanism on the top. There you go. Just needed a bit more persuasion, I think. This is a really complex fit, and I'm quite impressed. Yeah, I lift up one side, and I think the key is to get one side up and then lift the other maybe. Oh, the fuse! The fuse! You're probably screaming at me. Dave, you dumbass, take the fuses out. The fuse, because it had that plastic on the bottom, whereas that fuse didn't. This fuse did. Doll. There we go. All right, beautiful. So there you go. The switch mechanisms are sealed. Fantastic, because, you know, you want your waterproofing and stuff, so we won't get that apart. I assume they've got like a maybe, you know, some O-ring in there or something. But check out the jacks. They are molded into there. That is really something. It's nice attention to detail there. I'm very impressed. So let's flip it over. We've got two board construction, and the switch is on that top board there. That's very nice, and they've got this nice. It's foam, but that'd be part of the waterproofing too, because the plastic case would seal against that. So that's like, wow. So even if water did get into that battery compartment, fuse compartment, it's not going to get into the PCB. Very impressive. They definitely have a different board for the different models, because, like, you know, the extra buttons aren't there. So as I said, they have up to 10 buttons. I don't know if that's on the 40 series. I don't think so, because I think this 44 might have been the, don't know if it's the top of the range of the 40 series. But anyway, there's our 10 meg input resistor there. Oh, we've got another one over there as well. Hi, that's a 9 meg jobby. Now this is quite an old model, sort of like before the standards. So we've got one PTC there. It doesn't look particularly grunty. We have to take this top board off, don't we? So that range switch is held in there with standoffs. It's very nice. I wonder if it's like two-sided, because obvious. Oh, nice metal threaded inserts. Lovely. Everything in here is metal threaded inserts, except the board, except those two screws that held the board in. They went into those plastic studs over here, but that's all right. And this plastic, it's built like a brick dunny. It's like really top quality stuff. Markings on it for you tooling aficionados, doesn't seem to. And we've got shielding on the bottom, of course. Aha, we have a date code, just notice that, 95. So mid-90s here, but yeah, as I said, I'm pretty sure these were around in the late 80s. Metrix meters, I'm sure I remember the ads from the late 80s. That's just a alignment hole, is it? Is it a stud? Does it come out? Yeah, it's a little clip, a little slot clip that obviously holds it in position and stops it from, so that'd make sure it's in the correct orientation when you assemble the thing. That's got to be it. That's got to be for production assembly, to make sure the switch is correctly aligned. It's beautiful. Anyway, flippity-doo-dah, and yeah, we've just got a couple on this side here, and we've got an NEC jobby over here for driving the LCD. So 7D7503. Oh no, DMM 10B. Is that the multimeter chipset? Anyway, 13th week 94 date code. This would have been your multimeter chipset. Down here, it's ITT branded. So I wonder who actually manufactured this. 9318. So obviously this is a custom ASIC. I assume custom ASIC which they've developed. Oh, there's actually a fair bit of protection in here. We've got 3 MOVs. It just wasn't all down on the bottom like I expected. And as I said, there's the high voltage 10 meg ceramic jobby, and then we've got another high voltage 9 meg ceramic jobby there. Yeah, so much for the electronic calibration. We've got 3 trim pots there. How do you trim those after the fact? Trims them, because you can't access those trimmers once you've got this thing on. Anyway, 7660 voltage inverter there, and a 7611. What is that? Offhand, I don't recall. I'll put up the data sheet for that. Little shield there over 2 resistors. Okay, they're important for some reason. So attention to detail. We've got guard traces, the exposed guard. Okay, so yeah, that's a sense. You can tell, you know, sensitive node. Okay, sensitive node, you don't want any leakage on, because they've got the exposed guard traces around there. And they're exposed so that if you get moisture on the board, then it can actually make electrical contact with the guard traces there. So they've left those exposed, and that's okay. Yeah, there you go. That is the 10 meg input. So coming in, and they've got a shield around that. Nice. Nice attention to detail. I really love it. But this is pretty minimalistic, is it not? I mean, this is not a true RMS converter, I don't believe. Looks like we've got our diode bridge there, protection for the 10 amp current jack. And where's the current sense resistor for the milliamp range? Not seeing it. Yeah, 3 trimmers. Is that the reference up there, that TO92 jobby? C1959. Don't know. Transistor? I don't think that's a... And we've got a tag tant. What evil tag tants. This thing still works. It reads a little bit high. I think it reads consistently, like, I'm not sure, is it 1% high, I think, on all ranges. But yeah, they've just developed their custom ASIC. I wonder how long they used that for. I wonder if that sort of like spilled over into the 50 series and the higher end models. I don't know. If anyone's got teardown photos of the higher end 50 series, please leave it in the link down in the comments down below. We got 4 MOVs, 1 PTC and 1 high voltage. Is that a fusible jobby? Another TO92 in there. What is that? 2222 for the win. Classic tranny, that one. They've glued down the 4 meg crystal there. So yeah, look at that. I mean, you know, old school 80s, 90s multimeter design, but done, you know, perfectly. Pretty much like, can you fault this? I can't fault this. This is just really very nice indeed. Just a couple of little extra rangy things up. Oh, that'd be power. That'd just be getting power through, would it? Because they've got the power ring going around there, and it's not doing any measurement switching. That's all done on the other side. I almost don't want to take that off. Should I? Oh, people are going to bitch if I don't. But yeah, look at metal threaded inserts for your range switch. That's just beautiful. Thing of beauty. Joy forever.
Behold the Wonkamobile. Thing of beauty is a joy forever. Places, please. The dance is about to begin.
Okay, let's lift that up and down it. Looks like it's totally symmetrical, so I could... No, I can't put it in either way. Check out the alignment post there and there. So yeah, you definitely can't get this wrong. That's fantastic, and it's, you know, pretty simplistic switching in this thing. But, you know, they do separate it. It'd be more if... It'd look more complex if you only had this single-sided jobby. But, yeah, it looks like they've got an alternative resistor footprint in there for the current shunt, have they? So, we didn't find them... Oh, is that the current sense resistor for the milliamp shunt? I think it is. Aha, there's your reference. All the LM358 fanboys go wild. Yeah, 2.5 volt reference. That's the Z. I don't know what temperature class that is. But yeah, like as I said, this is like a 0.2% class meter or something. It's only 4,000 count. It's not you know 4.5 digit point. As I said, the 50 series, that at least got down to 0.025% accuracy spec. So, you know, pretty groovy. Yeah, so I'd love to recalibrate this thing, because as I said, it's significantly out, like consistently on all ranges. Main references obviously drifted, or the main calibration of the references obviously drifted to impact all ranges, consistently a little bit high. Yeah, but like I said, I can't see how I can actually get in there and adjust those with the LCD on. Oh, there's no hole, like there's no, oh no, bottom access hole. There you go, bottom access. I was going to say there's no bottom access hole. There is. Didn't look, duh. So I will attempt to recalibrate this thing. We'll have a go, shall we? Because it's worth bringing this thing back to life. Maybe I can auction this one off as well at the end of this video. I've been auctioning 4 meters lately. Those Tektronix jobbies. Still works. Still a Bobby Dazzler. So what I'll do is I'll put this as a main channel video, and if you haven't seen it, I did a follow-up video to the Tektronix repair one. I actually repaired 3 more. Repaired. as you'll see in the video, repaired 3 more Tektronix meters, and they're currently on eBay for auction as well, starting at 99 cents, although I think it's gone way above that. So yes, if you're not subscribed to EEVblog 2, you're missing a ton of stuff. Like, I do put random stuff on there, like, you know, I'm installing a pool at the moment. You know, there's pool installation video. There's other random stuff. But there is stuff that you think might be on the main channel. Please leave it in the comments down below if you think some of the stuff on my, you know, should EEVblog 2 just be for personal stuff? Or should, you know, should I put everything on main EEV, like everything electronically related? Should it go on the main channel? I don't know. Leave it in the comments down below. But I like this. I like the fact that I can just now, got the access hole there to, I don't know which trimmer's what. Maybe I can find a calibration manual. Otherwise, I'm going to be, just, Murphy will guarantee I get the wrong trimmer hole here. But yeah, I can put this together and I can trim this. I can calibrate it. So with the back off, this is great. I love this design. Seem to know what the heck they're doing with, you know, like these. Surely these would have all like failed over the years, like just gone more like all brittle and everything. But they seem to have designed them well, and the plastics seem to be super high quality in this thing to last all this time with just plastic case together. The Multimeter with no screws. That can be the title of this video. What's a CHES brand? Never heard of it. Leave it in the comments. So if I hook it up to my lab reference here, I've got it set to 100 millivolts. And of course my MV106 here has gone to a standards lab and been compared. And yeah, it's good enough to calibrate like a 6.5 digit meter, let alone a 4,000 count meter like this one. So 1.1% out. So yeah, that's out of spec. So, and we can change the various ranges as well. So it's the millivolt range and DC. It's exactly the same, like bang on to the least significant digit. It's also 1.1% out for the 10 volt range. And that's the same for the ohms as well, and I believe for the current as well. So it looks like one of those trimmers is going to be the absolute tweaking, but I don't know which one. All right, so this one here is next to the voltage reference, physically next to the voltage reference. So I'm going to give that one a go. Got the screwdriver that fits. Oh, hey, hello. She's turning. There we go. Look at that. Oh, hold, tongue at the right angle. Hang on. Can't talk with a tongue at the right angle. Oh, no. No, just the act of pulling it back out caused a problem. That's what she said. Okay, come on. You can do it. There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, come on. Did it again. I'm calling it. I'm not going to try and tweak it any more than that. That's good enough for Australia. There you go. And we'll find that all the others, so if we go down to 1 volt, that'll be bang on as well. Find that the 100 millivolt is close as well, but oh, that's not good enough for Australia. I'm going to tweak it to exact. You know that? Oh, look, 100 millivolts. Don't breathe on it. 10 volts. Oh, look at that. Bobby Dazzler. Bang on. Fantastic. I wonder if the ohmskis come good. All right, hook up my 10K reference, and that's out as well. So obviously that is not the same trimmer. So I'm going to guess this one over here, which is part of the input divider. So I'm going to give that a tweakity tweak, and hopefully that is a different, yep, there you go. And tongue at the right angle. Look at that, 10K. That's good enough. No, it's not good enough. There we go. 9.99, 10K, there we go. Fantastic. And sure enough, that has not mucked up the voltage calibration. Brilliant. Though, just occurred to me that I should have done that near full scale. 3.99, or, because this is 40,000 count, is it not? No, it's like 3,500, is it? 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. Oh, 3.99 jumps up. It can't quite do the 4,000. I'll tell you what, this trimmer is so on the edge No, it's almost like it has to go to that position due to like a little indent on the carbon trimmer or whatever. I can't actually get it under, like slightly under that. If I do it like undershoots, if you know what I mean. So there you go, 1.5. Anyway, it's measuring 1.00 precisely. So yeah, that's the problem with these carbon trimmer resistors, like the single turn jobbies, right? You just got no range there to tweak the thing. Like I put the lightest pressure on it and it jumps like a couple of digits either side. So there's natural places where the wiper makes contact with the carbon trace on the trimmer. And, there's only so much you can do. Depends on how they've designed the window range for that trimmer. But anyway, it's bang on. It's like 2 digits off at 3. It's 2 digits off at 3 volts. I mean, but I can't get it right to 3. It's just annoying. Anyway, that is definitely good enough for Australia. Let's try the AC volts now. Okay, AC voltage standard. It's a little smidgen off there. Well, let's try that third trimmer there. Yep. Go the other direction. Yep. Okay, so I'm currently feeding in 10 volts AC. And let's trim it down a little bit. Now, unfortunately, my metal trimmer seems to be a problem there. So, oops. So, I use a paper towel because it's obviously picking up my 50 hertz there from me. Tweak it back. Come on. 10. Look at that. Like I bought one. 30 volts there. Very close. 3 volts. Look at that. Bang on. Yep. Okay. AC is set. So we've done all 3 of those trimmers. So we're talking DC volts reference over here. We're talking the resistance adjustment here and AC volts over here. There are our 3 trimmers. So everything else, like current and everything, that'll be your DC. That should be fine and dandy. So look at that. It's bang on. 29.85. It's a bit low, but a little bit disappointing there. But there are no more adjustments to be made, unfortunately. Oh no, now it's reading 298. So, I don't know, is my standard a bit off here? Let me try my reference key site. Yeah, that's definitely out. Has it moved since I physically moved it from the bench? Let me go put it back on the MV106. Yeah, see, it's moved again. Oh, bugger. Okay, well, there we go. That's the nearest I can get it to 300. Let's go up a range and 3 volts. There we go. We're back on track. All right, let's take it back over to the other bench. There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. 300 millivolts. All right, so the current should now work. Let's try it. Aha, now we're good. There you go, 30 milliamps, it's fine. That's reading volts up there, don't worry about that. This is more than good enough, by the way, for calibrating a 4,000 count meter. So, yeah, okay, no worries. This will only go up to 110 milliamps, but looks bang on. I need the power supply for that. We'll just rely on the Rode and Schwartz up here, but yeah, 2.96, so yeah, it's good enough. So you can see why manufacturers moved away from those carbon trimmer resistors to software calibration. It's just way better. That is a look inside this Metrix ITT Instruments MX44 multimeter. And as I said, I lusted after one of these bad boys, and leave it in the comments down below. Are you still using one? Have you got a soft spot for the Metrix meters? You can still buy the Metrix brand and the ASIC safety thing. They're up to like version 4 of that, and the SecureX jacks and the screw-free design of this thing, apart from the 2 screws that hold the PCB in. But you can open up the entire case. It's all held together, all without screws, and you can open up the meter case without screws, and the tilt-in bail on here, and you actually take it out, and it uses as a lever to open up the front
cover here to access your battery infusers. Fantastic. 500 hours battery life, I do believe, so, you know, not too shabby at all. Anyway, I will put that on eBay starting at 99-cent auction. I will link that in down below. And if you like that video, please give it a big thumbs up. And as always, discuss down below or over on the EEVblog forum. Catch you next time.